climate change have to do with the start of the Civil War? More than you might think. Did you know that Fort Sumter might actually be underwater by 2100?
I did not know that.
Today, we're just outside of Charleston, South Carolina at Fort Sumter National Monument, where the first shots of the Civil War were fired on April 12, 1861, and began a war that would forever change American history. It was a bloodless first battle of the bloodiest American war. Built on an artificial island by enslaved people beginning in 1829, the fort was never finished. Scientists believe rising sea levels could cause this fort to be underwater by the end of the century. But the Trump-Vance administration removed a sign right here in January that told this story. The sign that was here said, if the mean sea level of the harbor were to rise just 4 feet, the historic parade ground would be constantly submerged. Research estimates that sea levels in Charleston Harbor could rise as much as 2.8 feet by 2062 and as much as 5 feet by 2100. It isn't just happening here. Signs all across the country are being censored by the Trump-Vance administration in an effort to remove science and history information from America's largest classroom, our national parks. Which is why we're in court to stop them.
For people who haven't followed this case closely, the legal issue at the heart of it is that Congress, for more than a century, has required the U.S. Department of the Interior to preserve and maintain our national parks for the benefit of the public, including by presenting accurate, high-quality historical and scientific information. This administration is ignoring those laws and those legal requirements, erasing and rewriting history and twisting scientific facts to fit its own narrative. What concerns me most when governments start removing or altering historical interpretation is not the change itself. Change can be good. We learn new things. The problem is that the law requires the government to use the highest quality information. So when they are not doing that, they're erasing history instead of improving history. That is harmful to our shared understanding of our history, ourselves, and what's going on in the world around us.
We start to reconceptualize our place in history when we visit places like this. And we can't visit a place like this when it's underwater. Learn more about our case and how we're protecting your ability to learn about science and history at democracyforward.org.